All right. So in that section, federalism and political parties. And generally speaking, over the last 100 years, the Republican Party or the conservative movement has supported states' rights, and the Democratic Party or the Liberal Party is usually in favor of strong governments. These are very broad definitions. It's hard to be really clear about which party supports which. Now, our book's going to suggest that, and it is true that for the Republican Party, especially in the last 50 years, has one of their slogans has been anti-big government. They think that the government belongs more at the local level, that states and cities should be making decisions about what's happening to their people more than people in DC, right? Ronald Reagan famously said, and Ronald Reagan was a Republican president. He's kind of some people say that party is modeled after his beliefs, that the four scariest words in the English language are from the government, and I'm here to help. Something like that, okay? And Democrats are labeled, and not always truly labeled, but they're labeled as people who say, no, I think DC should have the right to pass laws that are nationwide. I don't know if it's the best example, but police departments are controlled by localities, right? And the Democrats sometimes want to have a national standard of policing, right? We hear Biden and his people suggesting that there shouldn't be chokeholds, that there shouldn't be things like no-knock raids after midnight, where the Republicans then, or the conservatives, not necessarily the Republicans at this exact moment, but someone who's more in favor of federalism and local power than the federal power would say, no, those decisions should be made by the local police because they understand the conditions on the ground better than people in DC. So the book wants to kind of make a sweeping generalization, and maybe that was true when this book was written. This book came out a few years ago before President Trump came in. Some would suggest that has changed under Trump, that President Trump has been pushing policies that take away states' rights and gives him more power. Things like environmental policies, no drilling of offshore. He actually opened up certain states' national parks to drilling and logging and other business stuff, right? Because that's who President Trump is, or that's who he has been. He's a guy who's more concerned about business oftentimes than that's like his main focus, right? So it's weird, especially today, to be making broad generalizations. But this is how our book lays it out, and I teach the book that the state has approved